You, there's a tomorrow. Maybe for you, there's 1,000 or 3,000 or 10.
That's fancy. Thanks. Congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are honored to take part in recognizing your achievement. This award was inspected and packaged with great care by Rick. Thanks, Rick.
Pickle Rick!
Now, where do I put it is the question.
Pickle Rick. In your office.
Yeah, I'll probably put it by my trophy and...
That makes me think of that song, Pickle Rick.
Oh, I think I'll put it in here by my Ben's Physique trophy and this big old poster of me at that competition. Thanks guys for 100,000 subscribers. I honestly didn't think I would hit it this year because literally in January I was at like 20,000. But the thing that actually made the biggest difference was YouTube Shorts. So I just posted whatever I put on Instagram and TikTok on YouTube as well. And that just like really helped me build subscribers on YouTube. So there's some advice. If you want to grow your YouTube, then make sure you post YouTube Shorts. It's just like a really easy, simple way of actually growing your YouTube. But I want to post more long form videos now. It's like something a lot of you guys have requested. And I want to do more for sure. So that's why I'm making this video. And a lot of you have been asking me to make an ab routine. So that's what the main subject of this video would be, is my ab routine. So I'll explain it in detail. Let's get it. Gonna be sipping on this Dutch Bros, going over this ab routine voiceover, sugar-free vanilla protein latte. So I train my abs twice a week. A lot of people think you have to train your abs every day. Doesn't make any sense because, I mean, do you train your chest every day? I treat my abs exactly how I treat any other muscle group. So I train my chest twice a week with hypertrophy, and I add weight each time for progressive overload. I do the exact same thing for my abs because it's a muscle group and you gotta let it recover before you train it again. And you need to train with progressive overload to actually grow the muscle. So I train my abs every Monday and Thursday. On Monday, I do 2 exercises, dragon flags, and I do weighted sit-ups. Now with the dragon flags, this is probably my go-to in terms of ab exercises. It's my favorite one. I've done it my whole life because it's extremely effective. But the problem is it's a pretty advanced exercise, so not very many people can do a dragon flag right from the get-go. So I actually do have some variation exercises / progression exercises to where you can actually do a full dragon flag once you get them down. So the first progression exercise for a dragon flag is a bent knee dragon flag. Now when you bend your knees, obviously you just put less pressure on your abs. It just makes a dragon flag a lot easier. You can see that I'm doing it on a hyperextension machine or a reverse hyperextension machine. You don't have to do it on this. If you don't have this at your gym, you can do it just on a bench. Just anything where you can pin your shoulders down, something secure, you're good to go. The second progression exercise is a bent knee alternating dragon flag. You're gonna have one leg extended completely while the other leg is bent. When you do the full rep, you're gonna alternate legs and then do another rep. That is the second progression exercise, which is a little more difficult than the first one. And the third progression exercise is dragon flag negative. And this is just a normal dragon flag during the eccentric part. And then you're just gonna bend your knees and get back into the position. I recommend if you can do 10 reps of a progression exercise, then you can move on to the next one. So once you can do 10 reps of the dragon flag negative, then you can start doing like a full dragon flag with your legs, both legs extended through the whole rep. Now, the second exercise I do on Monday for my ab routine is weighted sit-ups. And with weighted sit-ups, I like to hold the weight behind my back. This actually puts less pressure on my spine, I found. So I don't feel as much pressure on my spine as compared to when I actually hold the weight behind my head. What I do is usually about 5 to 10 reps with the weight, and then I do a drop set. I drop the weight. Both of these exercises, I do 3 sets of 10 reps with the dragon flags, and I do another 3 sets of 10 to 15 with the weighted sit-ups. Now, remember that if you actually want to improve with your ab strength, you want to incorporate progressive overload. So that's why I like to do a weighted sit-up, so I can actually know I'm progressing by increasing the weight. In the video, you can see I'm doing a 45-pound plate, but I've, worked my way up to this. I recommend starting with the 10-pound plate, and then after each week increase maybe 5 pounds. As your abs get stronger and the more reps you can do, obviously the more they're gonna grow and they're gonna be more impressive. Of course, to be able to actually see your abs, you wanna have a good diet and eat in a calorie deficit. And once you get below 15%, you can actually start seeing your abs pretty good, typically. I'd say my body fat right now is around like 7%, 7 or 8%. So once you start seeing your obliques really clearly and you have like ab veins, you're definitely like sub 10% body fat. But the reason why I like to actually train my abs is because they are more impressive if you train them regularly. Just because, as any other muscle group is, the bigger they get, the more they protrude, they have more of a 3D shape, and they're just more presentable. I've noticed when I train my abs hard with progressive overload, even when I'm not flexing, my abs stick out a lot more than they typically did when I wasn't training with weight. The second ab workout is on Thursday, so I give my abs time to recover by the time I train it again on Thursday. Thursday, I do side cable crunch for the obliques. It's just a typical normal cable crunch, but I use a single arm and I angle my body to whichever direction I'm training my obliques on. So let's say it's my left obliques. I'm gonna have my knee forward and my body angled so that I can get the better contraction on my left oblique. And then of course I switch sides as well. And again, ensure to achieve our progressive overloading by increasing the weight each week. The second exercise I do for my Thursday workout is weighted leg raises. And then with this, it's just a dumbbell and I hold it in between my feet. I'm doing a 25-pound dumbbell in this video. I started with a 10-pound dumbbell, and similar to the weighted crunches, I increase the weight. Each week, I do 3 sets of 10 here and include a drop set as well. So once I hit 10 reps, I drop the weight and do another like 5 to 10 reps. That is my ab routine. I've pretty much had abs since I started the gym. They are even more presentable and impressive now than ever before. Just having a strong midsection and a strong core, you just become more resilient. It does help with posture, helps with strength, helps with preventing injury, and overall, it just makes sense to train your abs. Why would you neglect training your abs when you train every other body part, with weight? It's important to not neglect the midsection. If you guys are looking for a diet hack or just some way to, make it easier to lose weight, I recommend the Ninja Creamy. Janelle got it for my birthday. It really is a diet hack because it can make a protein shake into ice cream. All you have to do is, the way I do it is you just get like a cup of almond milk, add some protein in there like a typical protein shake, get a tablespoon of sugar-free Jell-O pudding mix and add that in there it helps with the texture because it's got the guar gum in there for thickness and the ice cream texture. Put it in the freezer for 24 hours, take it out when it's frozen, then I pop it in this machine and it spins it, and once it's done, it's literally just like protein ice cream. It's like magic. These machines, the one I got, is like $300. So if you have the money, you should totally get one if you're looking for some way to make it much easier to diet, because it is very filling. I also like to chop up like a half of a protein bar into little pieces and throw it in there for a texture, so that adds a little bit more protein as well. The protein I use is from Transparent Labs. It's oatmeal chocolate chip cookie flavor protein. The protein bar is also from Transparent Labs, dark chocolate almond flavor. You can use code JB10 if you get anything from Transparent Labs. Gymshark has a new drop coming out on October 2nd. It's the Power Wash Edition. So I'm sure you guys are really familiar with the popular Power Edition, but this one is kind of more of a winter arc style, so it's really soft, warm for the winter. This one is probably my favorite item dropping. It's the Power Washed jersey jacket. So you can see on the back side that it has the classic Gymshark logo going along the trap, which is that classic popular power style, yet it kind of looks like the words were, you know, ripped off of it. So the logo itself looks a little bit different. The inside is like a really soft, like velvety material, perfect for the winter. And I do like how the collar is like this, so you can even wear like a hoodie on the inside of it and throw it over the top for the winter arc vibe. And this is the power washed cutoff tank. So it's basically the same style, same color, but it's a cutoff version, cutoff style of the jacket I just wore. So it's got the same logo on the back side. So we got a few other things with this drop that I definitely recommend. And if you want to support me, use code JB10 at checkout. Saves you 10%. Also supports me. So that's probably the best way you can support me, is using my code with Gymshark. So I appreciate it. This is the end of the video. So I'll be sure to come out with long form content more often, probably at least once every 2 weeks, if not once every week. So let me know what you want to see next, and we'll see you in the next one.